Invisible gardener, he comes to you. Questions on your garden, he will answer true. Control your pest, compost properly too. Heal your soil and make your life too. So don't panic.
Hi everybody, this is Andy Lopez,
It's organic.
better known as the Invisible Gardener.
It's organic. The way that nature intended it. It bars you on your ticks, whiteflies and fleas. Help to diagnose what's wrong with roses or trees. Then offer an alternative way to the disease. That's the whole planet. It will please, so don't panic. It's organic. Invisible gardener, he comes to you. Questions on your garden, he will answer true. Control your pest, compost properly too. Heal your soil and make your life too. So don't panic.
Hi everybody, this is Andy Lopez,
It's organic.
better known as the Invisible Gardener.
No.
Hi everybody, this is Andy Lopez. Nice to see you back here again. We have a whole bunch of things going on here. You know, we're progressing along. I'm getting better at this. So today we're going to be doing start a series of things going here, so that every week we're going to have like a little online workshop here. It's basically what's going to happen. And people have been asking me, you know, how to get their questions answered, right? So let me tell you a little bit about what I have set up for you, so that you can get your questions answered and you know, and get the best help. And so I started a club a long time ago called Club ID, Club Invisible Gardener. At the moment it's free, and normally it's $20 a lifetime, or $55 if you want to get the print version of the book. The digital version, you basically, for $20 you get access to all my books. They're in ebook format, which you can download and use on your computer. But basically it's you can, right now membership is free. And so and when you join, you automatically get signed up for the newsletter, as well as have access to the organic hotline. And you have a direct link to me, so when you send email through the system, right, basically in the newsletter you'll see I've got a question button. You click on that, it automatically sets you up with an email that goes right directly into my computer, and it goes into a certain place, which automatically I don't have to look for it, you know, search for it. If you don't want to join, all you have to do is get the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter. The newsletter is also free. Through the newsletter, then you can say I have a question. And the other way, of course, is that you can always call the station directly here. You just go up to the station's website or my website. You'll see click on Zoom here. So if you have a computer or your cell phone, clicking on Zoom is really an easy way to do it. But you can also just call the number and talk to me. And all you have to do is tell the engineer that you have a question for me. Okay? And by the way, we're now doing virtual house calls. So I use Zoom for virtual house calls. So you can give me a call if you have a house call. And this way we can expand it to anywhere in the United States or in the world, because you should go outside with your phone. Let's see. So joining is really easy, okay? And so you should go to my website, go on the club, it says club, and it says just click on the join button, right? And those of you that don't know me, I'm an organic arborist. I do natural tree care services. I've been doing this since 1970. A little bit sooner, but not so much as a professional arborist. As a kid, I was always a good gardener, and I had a variety of customers already set up for me. But I didn't get the name Invisible Gardener until 1970, around there, so 70, 71 or so. And so I deal with this pest and disease in a slightly different way than most people do. What I do is I work on the soil. Realized a long time ago that trees and soil, maybe I should look at the soil, right? And so that's what I do. I've learned to heal the soil. Simply by healing the soil, you heal the problems and diseases of the trees or whatever else is growing. And it's the same thing with, also happens to be by healing the soil, we heal ourselves, because we are connected to the soil in many, many ways. If we don't have any healthy soil, we're not going to have any human beings living on the planet. Right? So of course I do soil testing because that's important to you see what's going on in the soil or what's not going on in the soil, right? Soil testing will tell you the nutrition. We do soil testing for telling you what microbial levels are there. It's one of the things we want to do. That's what I say. What I mean by healing the soil is basically we want to bring the living microbial back to life there, right? Bring them back so they have an environment that they can survive in. So that's what I've been doing. That's in essence what I do, and I have set up different ways throughout the years to do that. And so what I do, one of the things I do is I do a monthly service. I started the monthly service as soon as I got out of the service. I was in the Navy, so when I got out of the Navy in 1970, I started Visceral Gardener, and I started doing monthly service. And one of the monthly services I do is nutritional spraying. So I spray people's properties, I spray the trees, I spray. But mainly what I'm doing, oops, I was just attacked by my pen. My pen just reached out and attacked. But mainly what I'm doing is working on the soil. Because when I spray, most of it, I spray it on the leaves and trunks and stuff like that, trees. But basically it goes into the soil. And you're spraying living organisms into the soil, onto the soil. I also call it deep root feeding. Because what I also do is I inject it into the soil, right? So you keep it. So the idea is you keep adding these microbes to the soil. Sooner or later they're going to survive. And I learned a long time ago. Excuse me. If you want to let them, if you want to increase if you want to increase the potential to have more and more of them survive, you really have to start also applying compost. So most soils are totally gone, totally dead. See, there's nothing there. So even if you was to spray on a regular basis, everything would just die. Regular spray, everything would die. Everything would die. Spray, everything would die, right? If you want to spray it and something there to survive, you have to add the compost. So that's what we do. We make connections with local sources of compost, folks that make compost that I certify as excellent compost for you to use. You add that to your property, and then when you spray, when I come and spray, there's something there to survive. See, right? And so that's part of what I've been doing, and what I'm doing here is I've been teaching this basically forever, and I'm always finding ways to get across to you. So this is a really cool way right now that I can help you do this 100% organically. So what I wanted to say about emailing is that, see, people send me email all the time, and I get about 3,000 or 4,000 emails a day. I'm not kidding, 3,000 or 4,000 emails a day. And if you just send me email, your email is going to go right there with the rest of the scam, and the junk email, because I don't know who they are until I get to you. See, right? And so I cannot go through this email search thing because it doesn't really work. Right? Even though if I try to do like a rule where you tell the email program, if this comes from with anything in the subject, send it over there, it doesn't really work well. So the only way it really works is that if you send it within the system I have set up, because it automatically comes, if it comes from myself, right? If it comes from the computer that it knows, which is basically the server, when you're up on the website and you go there and you click on for example, you want to talk to me, so you can do the inquire button. It sends me an email. See, right? Or when you use the newsletter, and the newsletter says click here if you have a question, and that automatically is sent from the server to me. You see, right? And it goes right, and since my computer knows the server, it goes right into a separate box, and I don't have to search for you. Otherwise, it's a lot of work to look for it. So that's why I do it this way. The easiest way is for you to join. Now you get access to everything I have set up to help you with. In a little while, I'm probably going to go back to start charging for it again. It's $20 for a lifetime for digital membership, which is a good deal. Like I said, it's $55 for the print version of my Don't Panic, It's Organic book, which is $20. I highly recommend that you join, because then you get the membership and the book, the lifetime membership of the book. You are welcome, of course, to just buy the book. It's $20. You go up to Amazon, type in Invisible Gardener, and you'll see my books. I have over 20 books, 21 books up there too. Dances with Ants. I have a compost book, a rock dust book. I have a natural lawn care book. I have a natural pest control book. So there are several out there, but you just buy the print version of the Don't Panic, It's Organic, right? That's the print version of it, right? And get it through Amazon. You can go to my website and get it, but I'd rather you get it through Amazon. I'm going to be changing some links up on my website. People want to buy the book, Amazon will ship it to you. If you're a member, it's free shipping, all that good stuff, right? So, but if you join, right now, if you join, its membership is free, and you get all the digital versions of the book, the ebook version, which you can download to your computer for free, including the latest one, Don't Panic, It's Organic, right? You get that as a digital version. You can download it on your computer, and you can use it, print it out. I like the print version too, because you can write on it like a little manual. Okay, and so that's what I'm starting to do here is I want to do it like a workshop. People say I should charge a lot of money to do the workshop, to teach people stuff like that. I might down the road go down that way and start and charge for it, but right now I feel that my path has always been to be a guide and help you do it 100% organically, right? InvisibleGardener.com, right? That's the name of the website, InvisibleGardener.com. So starting next show, half of the show is going to be pre-recorded and the other half is going to be live. So that way it gives you the opportunity to call and talk to me, right? I'm hoping also to have, I will be having guests on, and I'm trying to work out, I'm still looking for a co-host. So I might rotate having different co-hosts on. So if you would like to be a co-host on my show, and you want to talk about what you can offer to the show, it's eventually going to be a paying position too, right? So basically, I'm going to be doing a workshop here and on this show. And the format I'm going to be following is my book. Each chapter of the book I'm going to be covering on this show. So you'll know exactly what I'll be doing in advance, right? And that's the idea. Then we're going to cover each chapter once a month. So it's going to take a year. But I think there's maybe more than 12 chapters. Let me take a look. So there's at least 20 chapters here. I would think I stopped counting. And I'm going to cover once a month each chapter. And I'm going to go over it real fast with you right now, so you can see an idea what they're about. But basically, if you get the book, then you'll have the manual to work with. And we're going to be expanding it more as we go, because each month we'll cover the chapter, but we're going to go do more about it, provide more information than it's in the book. The next month I'm going to do vegetables, so it's the vegetable gardening guide, helping people to grow your vegetables organically, of course. And then the following months after that, we're going to be doing organic fruit tree care, right? We're also going to cover natural tree care, right? And then the following months after that, we're going to talk about how to make the organic transition. If you're going from a chemical garden you want to go to an organic garden, we're going to have a whole month about bricks. Talk about bricks, what is it and how it works and how you can use it in your property. We're going to do a whole month on compost. Then we're going to have a month on natural disease control. So I'm going to talk to you about disease, how I deal with diseases and how you too can do that. And then I also we covered a whole month called Invisible Gardener's Kitchen. Lots of things in the kitchen that you can use that are organic that you can use in your garden. then I'm also going to be covering a few other things like natural weed control, right? Natural pest control, of course, is a biggie. We have a whole month on natural ant control. We're going to be talking about a whole month on natural snail control, and a month on natural flea and tick control, a month on underground pest control. And one of the things about the reason why I use a month is that, for example, on the underground pest control, I'm hoping to get the person who developed this the device called the underground exterminator. It's a long story about it, but basically you hook up to the exhaust system in your car and run the hose into the ground and it kills them. Safe, doesn't hurt any other animals, and only kills it's carbon monoxide. That's so that way we can have other people as guests come on. Also going to do a natural rose care, and then we're going to do a natural foliar spraying. So foliar spraying is something I've been doing for a long time, so I'll be covering that with you, helping you. Also, be talking about rock dust, right? We do a natural lawn care, and then there's a couple other things, how to reduce your water use, right? And so that's going to be part. That's why it's important for you to get the book. You don't have to get the print version. You can just sign up for membership. It's free. You get the PDF version of the book, which you can use and read on your computer. So I've been in business since 1970, and I can help you to get into either you can get into your own business. You should be starting. If you want to get into organic business, this is a perfect business to get into. There are too many people doing this: natural spraying service, natural pest and disease control services, stuff like that, using the soil. I'm more than happy to show you everything I know so that you too can apply it, because it's the same thing everywhere. Everywhere you go, you have the plants and the soil, they all have the same requirements. So I have a spraying rig, which is very easy to buy. There are many different types of spraying rigs on the market. The one I bought is a specific one for arborists. So it allows you to shoot the sprays up into very high into the tree. Most sprayers don't have that much pressure. This one is like 600, 800 psi, 650 actually, the psi on the sprayer. And most other sprayers are like 200. So they can do lower stuff. It's great for spraying the lawn and flowers and plants, but not if you want to spray the trees. And we're going to do a whole month on basically on my spraying service, and because I have already covered, I think a few shows ago, talked about where I went and bought some of my spraying supplies. Because basically what I do is I buy lots of stuff from all over the place, including mycelium and basically and mushrooms, spores, because mushrooms are very important for the soil. So basically I buy all these products that basically enhances the soil and allows the mushrooms to grow in the soil. Because if the mushrooms are growing in the soil, then the mycelium is alive and well and healthy. And if the mycelium is alive, well and healthy, then the plants, anything growing anywhere near it, will also be alive, well and healthy. Understand? So essentially what I'm going to do is tell you how I've been doing my business, right? What I've been doing, and at the same time explaining to you what's so important about mushrooms, right? What's so important about mycelium, and what's so important about the soil. And so once you understand the importance of what the soil really does, how it functions, then you can have an amazing garden, right? Vegetables, fruit trees, lawns, because it's your concept has changed. Your conception of how to grow is changing. See, to where you realize that, at least this is what I do. I realize that the soil is a living thing. Inside the soil is very important. It's like our skin. And so if our skin is not functioning properly, you're going to have a hard time surviving, right? So this is the same thing with the soil. This is the skin of the earth, and it's the soil has this living organism, and it's called mycelium. And mycelium is millions and millions of years old. Okay, we've evolved from them. Okay, we evolved out of this mycelium source throughout the centuries. Okay, we decided to pack up and go, get off, have become mobile as opposed to having roots, which was an interesting change, right? That's why inside our bodies, is they call it biome, which is another way of saying the microbial life inside the stomach. Now, the microbial life in the stomach evolved from the microbial life in the soil. And it's not a coincidence that the same trace minerals requirements that the tree needs is the same trace minerals requirements that we need. We need. So throughout the years that I've been doing this, I kind of realized a bunch of different things about how things work. And it's very interesting because, see, the agriculture and medicine are, is it medicine? It would be like healthcare and agriculture are they're parallel in a lot of different ways. But one of the places they parallel in is that requirements to be healthy. And we both, the soil and trees and plants and insects and everything, uh, all have this basic requirement in order to be healthy, and that's basically certain trace minerals in your body. If you're deficient in certain trace minerals, you will not be healthy. Your body will not function correctly, and things will happen. Okay, so it's identical with the trees, and so a lot of times, so it's so. And I get the results all the time, over and over and over again, because it's a fact. And so it's always, so if you look at whatever pest and whatever disease your plant has, you've been taught, go get something to kill the pest and kill the disease. It's a reactive rather than proactive. Reactive, you never solve the problem because you say, oh, get this and I'll spray it. So you spray it may go away, but you didn't solve the problem. There's a law of cause and effect, you see, and the effect is the disease, not the cause. So you control the effects. It's good for sales, right? Buy the stuff over and over and over and over again. Keep doing the same thing over and over again. You're not solving the problem because the problem will continue to come back. The cause is the problem. And the cause is the soil, and what's in the soil that's not functioning right. What is in the soil that's not functioning right? Does the soil function right all the time? When is it functioning right? When it's functioning right is when it's alive, when the microbial life is living and doing its thing, when the mycelium is alive and doing its thing. And what do you think that its thing is that it does, right? It processes minerals and makes the minerals available to everybody else. Right? You get it? Hi, this is Andy Lopez again. Of course, you know I'm known as the Invisible Gardener, invisiblegardener.com, and I've been a arborist since 1970. I have a latest book. It's called Don't Panic, It's Organic, available anywhere you get your books, or you can get it from my website, invisiblegardener.com. I am a real tree hugger. I heal the soil. My whole thing is heal the soil and you heal the trees. That's how I heal trees. That's how I heal your property. I don't use any chemicals whatsoever. My whole purpose is to heal the soil. Through that, I do natural disease control. I do natural pest control. I'll even help you to deal with gophers, help you to deal with ants. The whole thing is I bring the soil back to life. That's the key to everything I'm doing. And I was just trying to show you how it's done. So coming up next week, I'm going to be showing you how I get make my super seaweed, where I go buy some stuff. Can't show you everything, but I'll show you enough to get you going. And then also too, we're going to be setting up a live workshop. So if you have any questions, you can just get on board, and we'll be happy to. I'll be happy to provide you the information. So don't panic, it's organic. InvisibleGardener.com. So one of the things I've developed is the spraying service. And I also developed a way to make the soil come back to life. The spraying service is very important because it's a constant way of replenishing the microbial life. And so I've learned that different types of microbials live in different environment. In a tropical rainforest, the microbials are actually found in the leaves of the plant. They're actually found in the air. when it rains, so the forest is, you're actually breathing it, and it's on your skin, is everywhere. And in a sterile city environment, of course, that doesn't happen. So one of the things I do is I actually spray the microbial life. That's what compost tea is really all about, spraying the microbial life onto the soil, onto the leaves of the plants. Because everything, all the trees and flowers and plants and stuff like that have evolved throughout the millennium, right, to absorb the nutrition through the leaves. And the way it's always been done in the past is that the microbial life on the leaf absorb the nutrition, then pass it on to the trees, to the plants. That's why the mushrooms are very important. You'll see them growing on a lot of people's properties that I take care of. The mushrooms come up, and I tell them leave them alone. They go back down again, and that's a good sign that the mycelium is alive and functioning. And the more, and you don't necessarily have to have mushrooms, but you have to teach people not to eat them, because it's, you don't know, you never should eat mushrooms you don't know that you don't know. But usually I never grow toxic mushrooms anyway. These are all should be edible mushrooms that you want to grow. There are lots of places you can go and buy mushroom spores for all the different types of healing edible mushrooms, and those are the ones you want to grow anyway. Of course, may want to grow the other ones, but they don't do as well in this type of environment. So, but basically, you will go. The mushrooms is a sign that the soil is alive, and so throughout the years, I've developed lots of different ways to constantly keep the soil replenished with this microbial life, as well as constantly replenishing it with the trace minerals. And throughout the years, I've developed lots of different ways to do that. And one of the things I've learned is about carbon, and using their different products on the market now that provide carbon to the soil. So you want to be able to learn how to use that, right? How to make the microbial life even happier. So you can set up. What I do is I set up a microbial community. So basically, I incorporate, call them tree vents. And one of the things that's important to do is to actually filter the water used, because the city water is one of the constant source that kills the chlorine is meant to kill bacteria, so, right? So you want to uh, have as clean water as possible, so you have more and more bacteria and microbes alive, because if you use city water, basically we just kill them, and there won't be anything there. You won't be spraying anything at all. And then I've also have that, and I will be covering that. It's due a whole month. It's going to be covering it's just the natural spraying service, but basically it's also how do you make your own foliar sprays, how to make your own compost tea, how to make your own rock dust tea, how to make your own different types of teas that you can use to spray on plants, right? How you make your own trace mineral tea, microbial life tea, right? And these are we'll be covering, and take a whole month to cover this. And so, if you have questions about those things, right? So that this is an opportunity for you to follow through um, and get your questions answered in the appropriate months that the subject is being covered, right? So we're going to do like a whole month on compost production, for example. Since I made compost for a long, long time, I made several different products. One's called Organa, the other called Malibu Gold, or Organa Gold. Basically, there were compost that I would make. The gold basically had lots of llama manure in it, so I found a really good source of llama manure. That most llamas, a lot of animals, they are the manure is constantly sprayed with pesticide. They're injected the animals are injected with one hormone or something else. But this place was really clean. They didn't do any hormone injections. They didn't do any pesticide on the manure. So it was a very clean product. They had all the variety of other animals. So that's one of the things you have to be take care in what you're doing in terms of making your compost, where they come from, what they do with it, because you never know, right? And so that's going to take a whole month. We're going to be covering that. I will be covering all my different magical sprays. I'll be covering my super seaweeds, the product I invented, and I'm always talking about it, so letting you know how I'm making it, and that you too can make it, or at least some version of it, right? So that you can start applying it yourself. So I would highly recommend getting the book. Like I said, go to Amazon.com, Amazon, and type in Invisible Gardener. The name of the book is called Don't Panic, It's Organic. Right? So you have the print version of the book. That way, you know, you use it as a manual. You can write on it. You know, my first book, How to Heal the Earth in Your Spare Time, uh, people use as a manual. The second book, Natural Pest Control Alternatives to Chemicals for the Home and Garden. Same thing. They get destroyed by using it. You know, as a manual to write on it. That's really cool. I liked writing on it myself. It's hard to write on the PDF file, but you don't have to buy it. You can just you can join. Membership is free, and you get then you automatically you will get the not just the Don't Panic It's Organic ebook, but my other 20 books as well. Uh, you'll get that. You can download it for free and read it on your computer. Print it out if you want to. I wouldn't print it out. It's just a waste of paper. Print it out. You can just read it, you know, on the screen there. That's what it's for. Is to save save trees, right? So then another month we're going to take on how to do organic fertilizations. Right, we're going to cover all the different types of organic fertilizers now available on the market, how you can apply them, how you can use them, to what extent you need organic fertilizations. Ideally, if you were to have a living soil that has a good source of minerals, you don't need any organic any fertilizations whatsoever because it's already being fertilized. The earthworm casting is one of the richest fertilizers on the planet for the soil, right? And so that's what you're trying to do is do sustainability, so the soil is taking care of itself. But unfortunately, we're constantly attacking it, so you always have to be rebuilding it back up on a regular basis because you leave it alone, it'll be a sterile, right? There'll be nothing there, which is what's happening now. Lots of stuff is nothing there. You're lucky you have things growing there, you have to water them, they're really stressed out, and then you wonder why your food is not doing as well, or your plants are not doing as well. Okay, so it's important for the fruit trees as well to have the soil in there. So that's going to be covering on one of the months. We're going to be covering a whole month on doing organic fertilization. We're also going to cover a whole month on rock dust. I'm going to go over all the different, excuse me, I have 14 different types of rock dust that I use. I'm going to go over where I get each of them from, right? I'll go online. You can see, I'll, of course, videotape the whole thing. So as I said, we're going to be covering the chapters in the book, and then some, but basically use as your guide. So we're going to be covering a whole month on a refractometer and how to use a refractometer. I plan on having several different, each week having a different guest to talk about the refractometer that he or she is using, their experience with that and so forth. Some of them are, most of them will be professional in the field, so you'll hear what they have to say about refractometers. So we'll be covering that, bricks, Then also we'll be covering a variety of other subjects, uh, depending upon, uh, whether people want it or not. For example, natural flea control, natural tick and flea control. People seem to be interested in that. A lot of people are interested in bed bugs, how to control bed bugs, for example, and so other people have other more exotic things that they want to talk about, like rabbit control, deer control, squirrel control. So there's going to be probably be a few months that we'll be covering all these wide range of things. That people want to talk about. So the main thing is you want to be able to send me your questions, right? You can email, as I said, there are several different ways I have it set up for you to talk to me. Please don't call me and expect me to talk to you and answer your questions. I do that. It's $100 an hour. You have to pay for consultation. That's what I do. And a minimum of 2 hours. And I'm happy to talk to you on the phone. We can do a Zoom a phone conference as well. That's the ideal way to do it, because then you can go out there with your phone and show me what's going on, or at least videotape it and play it for me so I can see what's going on, right? But you don't have to do that. If you're a member, you can always just talk to me, and you can even make a date on the show here. And if you use, and you can use Zoom, you can show me the video through Zoom where I can see it live on my show. See, so there are lots of different ways we can. So that's one of the ways, is that you can basically be on my show if you want to. We can talk. Another way is you can always send me email, but I don't want you to just send me email directly to me, because it will get lost in the junk email, because so much junk email. So I have set up a way for your email to get to me. And one of the ways is basically, if you join, then your emails will always get to me if you click it, if you send me questions through my newsletter. So when you join, you automatically get my newsletter. It's free. And in the newsletter, it'll say, click here for your questions. You have got a question. And if you haven't gotten the newsletter yet, it comes out once a month. You'll get it. I haven't. Some people say once a month is fine. Other people once every week. I can't satisfy everybody, so right now it's once a month. And I do send uh, issues out there once or twice every. So sometimes it's weekly, but for now it's on a monthly level. So you can send email through the newsletter. It goes directly to me. Now, if you don't want to join, just you can get the newsletter for just subscribe to get the newsletter. You get the newsletter without joining. You don't have to do that. Then you can click on get your question answered. Right. Those are the ways that I want you to communicate with me. I don't. People are going to the website and leaving a comment on the website about the radio show. So basically, that comment is the question. I don't really have it set up to be answering questions individually on the website. I have been answering it, but if this gets to be more and more, I can't do it. The ideal way to do it is to send me email through, since you're up there on the website already, and I'll go ahead and try to make some changes up there to help you guide you there. But since you're there, you basically should just subscribe to get the newsletter. Once you get the newsletter, right, you can click on it, send me, I have a question, it goes directly to me. And then a lot of times I even answer you back, because I get the email. I prefer to answer it on the radio show. But what happens is I do some research, right, as to what what the problem is and how to deal with it, and I write it down, and I incorporate it into my blog. But since I'm doing that, I'll either send you a link to the blog so you can see the question and the answer version, right, or I'll email you, say here's the answer, but I'm also going to talk about it on my show. I'd rather you go listen to the show, right, and hear me directly talk to you like this, because then I can talk to a lot of other people at the same time. So, of course, you can go to my website or do the radio show station website, and it'll say, click here to join the Zoom meeting. Since it's open to the public, you click on it, and you'll open up a window for you in my browser, and the engineer will see you, and I can start. I will unmute you and allow you to chat as well. Uh, that's a little risky sometimes, but if are not friendly, I will mute you right away. But basically, I will unmute you, and I can talk to you. If I see you, I'll stop what I'm doing. A lot of times, like right now, I'm doing the show. I have it pre-taped, and I'm right there. I don't go away, just do it. I just play the show. But also, if somebody was to come online and say, I have a question, I can very easily stop the recording of it, because it's pre-recorded. I can just stop it and talk to you. See, right? But if we make a date, if we say, okay, I'll meet you on this Saturday at this time, you call this number, it gets you online to my show, then the show will be live. Your video will be there, my video will be there. You can show me, your video. You can. What I would do is videotape the problem. So if you have a disease on a tree, right? If you have something going on with your plants, take a quick 30-second minute video of it. Right? You can do it on your phone, right? On your iPhone, very easy. And then you play that through the Zoom meeting, and I can see it, so can everybody else, and we can talk about it. See? So that's a really easy way to do it. Just call me and text me in advance. To do that, you go to the website. There's an inquiry. It'll say inquiry, and basically you can say, I have a question for you. I would like to set up a date to do our radio show thing, right? I'm going to look for it, make sure it's there. If it's not there, the inquiry basically allows you to talk to me, so you can just uh, type in your question, that I would like to meet with you on the show and talk to you about it, and then you'll set up a date, and I will get back to you because I'll pass it on to the engineer, who will then contact you, so with the information you need. I also have another lady named Deborah. She'll probably be contacting you to make sure you get online okay, so that we can do the show, and I can talk to you directly via the Zoom meeting. See, right? Because that's what it's all about. So it's going to be like a live workshop. So half of my show, it will be taped. There's a lot of stuff I can show. I can show you like a lot of stuff you're seeing up here now, of things that I've been doing recently. So you'll see a lot of different things that's going on, because I'm always doing something. So I like to pass on what it is that I'm doing to you, so you can see it, understand it. I use a lot of the Dr. Earth's products. Wonderful stuff. They have all different types of endo and ectomycorrhiza there. It's all about. I'm hoping to get them on as a guest. There's going to be a variety of different companies that sell organic products, and I'm going to have them on as a guest. Not hoping, I will have them on as a guest. And so I've had Deborah's going to, once I get their names, and Deborah's going to help me process them, and you'll see them, you'll hear them and see them. If you're not listening, doing their video version of, you're missing a lot of the show, because a lot of it's actually seeing what's going on, what I've done, what I'm doing. You can hear the audio version, yeah, but you can't tell what other people are seeing. So it's really not that big of a leap for you to watch the video version of it. You can watch it on your cell phone. I would rather watch it on my computer, right? Cell phone is really, really tiny to be watching stuff. iPad's good. It's on anything you want to watch it on. But again, uh, I don't tell people watch uh, stuff watch your video on your tiny iPhone. I'm hoping you have a computer to watch it on, right? And that would be a lot easier to go on your eyes, and you'll be able to see the show. If you do the Zoom, you'll be able to see all the visuals and stuff. It's really very good. I will be doing more. As soon as this virus thing is over, I'll be doing more videos. I usually do several videos, well, at least several of them a week, enough to do the show with, and lots of pictures, and we have a drone, a person who'll be flying a drone around to show people the drone view. So we're going to have lots and lots of stuff going on throughout the year, and I also have, like I said, I'm working on finding a co-host, someone to bounce off of. on my show. I'm thinking of maybe rotating two people, seeing, what it's like to have what they're like in terms of, working together with me. I'd like to say welcome back, Deborah. Deborah's one of the people that had their property burned down in the recent fires in Paradise, but she's back online again. Congratulations, sweetheart. Say hi to Tippy for me too. And so she's going to be helping me to promote the show and lots of different things she's going to be doing for me, helping me with my guests, helping me with uh, making sure you can get in touch with me, right? And so, but again, what I would do really is to get the newsletter. The newsletters right now. I remember, look, everything is free. Basically, I'm not charging you for anything. You can join now. It's free, a lifetime. I never asked for any money at all. But once you join, you get the PDF version of every book I have, right? You get access to the members only website, and you get access to me, to Organic Hotline. Uh, After a while, I will go back to charging. Normally, it's $20 for a lifetime, or I call that digital membership. Or you can pay $55 for a regular membership, which basically means you get the printed version of the book. Don't Panic, It's Organic. Usually it changes. So this time it's the Don't Panic, It's Organic. Last time people got the Natural Pest Control book. Before that, people had joined. I got How to Heal the Earth in your spare time. So whatever the current book is that's on the market, that's the one you would get. So right now you'll get Don't Panic, It's Organic, my latest version of it. I'm in the process of rewriting that one also to come up with a 2021 version of it, which will be expanded even more. And then, of course, members will get that. But for right now, if you want the print version of the book, you just have to go there. You can get it on my website, of course. You can go to the website, click on print, in the store, you'll see the book there, and then you get, I'll give you membership anyway. There's no problem with that. What I'm trying to do is trying to get the sales redirected to Amazon, because Amazon's telling me, well, we won't even look at you unless you get number of sales. So up until now, I've been selling through my website, which doesn't really help a lot in terms of Amazon, right? And so that's what I'm trying to do now, is to have people go to Amazon and buy the book through them. Don't Panic, It's Organic. You buy it through them. And then you could also do a book review, because that's what they're keyed into, how many book reviews you get. I have about maybe 6 or 7 book reviews up there already. Okay, I need 100. So that's one of the things that you can help me with. Just go to Amazon, buy the book. And if you do that, right, if you go to Amazon and just buy the book, all you have to do is then you go to the website, hit the inquiry button, you say, Andy, I just bought the book from Amazon. I will also do a review for you. Please give me my free membership, because that's what I'll do. I'll give you a membership for free. But you don't even have to do that, because all you have to do is just go to the website, invinciblegardener.com, right? You see the say club. Click on the club, then it'll say the big button that says join. Click on that, automatically takes you to the shopping cart. You see it'll say 0, and you join. Whether you bought the book or not is not important. You'll get the free membership, and you also get the ebook version of the book. But it's really cool for you to tell me that you bought 2 books at Amazon, because I love to hear people who do that, because that's what I want. I want more people to go to Amazon.com and buy the book, and then do a review, because the only way the book will get off the ground if people do that. Buy it from me doesn't exactly help the book in the long run, because it's still one customer, and that would be me buying it. So there are people buying it, so that's what I would like you to do, right? But the membership currently is free. It doesn't, it's a lifetime membership, so you don't have to worry about it. So for some of you that don't know what I do, one of the things I do is I run a club. Besides this radio show, the club is called Club IG, stands for Invisible Gardener Club, Invisible Gardener. And as a member, you get to have access to all my books. They're in a PDF format. The books are available on Kindle if you want to buy them from Kindle. I can't give them to you in the Kindle format. And my books are also available from Amazon in the PDF version, but you get them for free as a member. And so, as I mentioned before, I do natural spraying service. I'm also a natural arborist. I can help people keep trees healthy simply by making the soil healthy, believe it or not. That's very important. And so I'm an organic consultant. I charge $250 an hour for my time, but for my members it's free. You just right now it's free, and it normally $55 for a lifetime. You get my $20 book, or if you don't want, you just want to do totally digital, you can get it $20 for a lifetime. You get it's a digital membership. You get access to all my books in the PDF version of it. But as a member, you can talk to me anytime, whether it's on the radio show here, or whether it's on through email or through the newsletter. Lots of different ways. We have an organic hotline that you can call me and talk to me. See, so that's what it's all about. Me helping you to do your thing, to be happy, to grow your soil, to grow your produce and your vegetables. I also do soil testing, so that you need a laboratory to send your stuff to. I can provide you with those services. I'm very heavily into remineralization. I'm happy to explain to you where I get all my products from. That's what the show is about, showing you where I buy things, where I get some. I have no secrets from you, okay? I not only teach permaculture or biodynamics, but I also teach a variety of other systems that I have worked on myself for centuries, right? I do organic fertilizations. We don't use any chemical fertilizers whatsoever. None of that. Never will, never have, never will. And then when I spray, so I told you, natural organic product doesn't hurt a bee or anything. Our show is right here on bbsradio.com. You get to it through my website, invisiblegardener.com. Okay, so I'm here every Saturday for you. You can email me, Andy Lopez at invisiblegardener.com. If you have questions, that's another way you can talk to me, coming up, and right after the show on Station 2 is the Cosmic Spaceship. So you want to tune into that. Make sure you have your headphones on in a place, a relaxed place. It also shows you my artwork that I create, okay? Please visit me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I have over 500, 600 videos on YouTube. Join and subscribe, okay? And all my videos are there for you to go through. You have any questions? You have the book. You have questions? You can talk to me about it. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So don't panic. It's organic. I'll be back again next week. Every Saturday, I'm here just for you. If you want to call me on my show, there's the phone numbers there on the website. What numbers to call? Or you can use Zoom. You also use Zoom. Pretty soon I'm going to go to a format where I'll be able to talk to you rather than have it recorded. So part of it's going to be recorded, part of it's going to be live, just to talk to you. So pay a visit to invisiblegardener.com and join today. Take care of yourself. Bye. We now do virtual house calls. It's a really easy way for me to visit you. So just visit invisiblegardener.com. Do inquiry, do a house call, and then we'll set you up for a virtual house call if you want one. Coming up next is my Cosmic Spaceship. If you want to see my latest artwork, along with my latest music that I've written, that's what the Cosmic Spaceship. That's what the Cosmic Spaceship is all about. Okay, so that'll be coming up next, right after the show. You really don't have to do anything. Just sit there, relax, enjoy the show. If you have any question about the cosmic spaceship, just send me an email, and I'm happy to talk to you about it or visit my website. Okay, take care now. Bye.